Good morning, friends, or good afternoon, or good night, depending on when you're watching this. I hope that you guys are having a great day today. In today's video, we're gonna be talking all about heat presses. So I've been getting a ton of questions on heat presses. Which one should I get? Which one should I stay away from? What are the pros and cons? I don't know where to go with it, and today we're gonna be talking all about that. So I have been using heat presses for a while, and I have quite a few in my collection back here. I have the Fancierstudio Power Heat Press from Amazon. It's the longest one I've had. I have the Starcraft 8-in-1 with all the attachments, and then I have the 16x24 from Heat Press Nation, and I also have a couple mug presses. So we're going to be talking all about that, and I'm also going to be highlighting the pros and cons of a Cricut Easy Press as well, since a lot of people have been asking about that one as well. So we're going to add that one into the mix. Even though I don't have it, I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of that one as well. So if you guys are interested in just learning more about heat presses, trying to figure out which one to get, which one to stay away from, just depending on whatever you make, sell, or whatever your hobbies are, then this will be the right video for you. So let's go ahead and get on into this video. Okay, so here is what we're working with here, and you're probably wondering, Sally, why do you have so many heat presses? And I will explain, I promise. So the first thing I do want to go ahead and mention is that if you're going to get any kind of heat press, I would recommend getting one of these heat temperature guns. It is able to use a laser and check the temperature accurately of all of your heat presses. Definitely get one of these if you're wanting to have your heat press, so that way you can make sure that it is set to the correct temperature for your projects. Okay, so let's go ahead and first start by talking about the Cricut Easy Press. Again, I do not have this press, and I've never had it before, but I know quite a few people that have it or have had it, and they've given me their opinions on it, and also I've done some research. So I'm gonna go ahead and share all of that information with you guys now. So let's first start by talking just about the specs of the machine. So the sizes, you can get a couple different sizes. You can get a 9x9 or a 12x10 on Amazon, and the price range for that is $119 for the smaller size and $169 for the 12x10. So it's definitely a cheaper option when it comes to heat presses. So if you're wanting to stay budget friendly, that's a great option. It heats up very quickly in under 3 minutes, which, wow, that's really, really fast, and I did not know it heated up that quickly. I'm sure you know, if you have a heat press, it takes quite a bit of time to heat a heat press up. So that's very quick. The temperature range is 0 to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, so just a standard temperature. It takes up less space, which is really cool. You can put it in your closet, you can put it under the bed. So if you're wanting to definitely keep space in mind, that's a good option. You can get it locally at like Michael's or Joann's, or quickly on Amazon Prime, which is very awesome. So it's easy to get. Another pro to the machine is that you can choose your colors. So that's really cool that you're able to customize it based off of what you like, or match your office theme or your craft room, so you can pick your own color. Okay, so let's go ahead and get on into a little bit of the cons of the machine. So the main thing that I've heard that people do not like about it is that it's hard to get even pressure. You have to manually push down on this machine to get pressure. It's not like a heat press where you just kind of clamp it down and you're done after you set the pressure. You have to hold it down. So it's kind of like an iron in a way. Depending on how hard you press it will be how hard your pressure is. And so a lot of people do not like that, especially if you're wanting to ever do anything with sublimation or transfers where you need a certain amount of pressure. You kind of have to guess, and that's kind of hard for people. So that's definitely, I would say, a con to the machine. Another con would be that you are limited on space of your heating area. So obviously a 12x10 being the largest is not very big. When it comes to shirts, if you're wanting to do larger shirts or blankets or anything that's bigger, you're gonna have to either do multiple presses, or you're just gonna have to do a smaller area. So that's kind of a con if you're ever wanting to do anything larger. Like I said, even with my 15x15 press, sometimes I would feel like I ran out of space. So definitely being a 12x10 is not really the size that I would recommend if you're ever wanting to do anything larger than that area. So I would definitely, my opinion on the machine is that it's better for small personal use or hobby use. If you're only wanting to make gifts for family, friends, or things for yourself or your family, then it's great. I mean, hey, if you're wanting just something that you can go pick up at the store and be able to make things really quickly and easily with, then it is a great option. It's definitely better than using an iron. You have more of a workspace for that. But if you're ever wanting to expand, maybe make a business out of it, or do a lot of different shirts, or if you're wanting to make family and friends like every year gifts, I would definitely recommend just kind of going with another option, because for just a little bit more, you can get an actual heat press, and I feel like you will be thankful if you do that. I've heard from a lot of different people that they have regretted getting the Easy Press just because they eventually wanted to go to something larger and do something more, and they were so limited on their space. So that is my opinion on the Cricut Easy Press. So let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. All right, so here is the Fancierstudio Power Heat Press. I have had this machine the longest. I've had it for 5 years around that time, and it has not failed me. So let's go ahead and talk about the specs and overall look of this machine. So the price range is around $200, so very reasonable for a heat press. You can get it on Amazon. It is around 43 pounds, so I feel like it's pretty lightweight for a heat press. And I don't know if this is right, but online it said the temperature goes up to 700 degrees Fahrenheit, but I feel like that's really hot for a heat press. Over here, it goes up to 428 on this. I'll have to definitely check that, and I will let you guys know. But it's just a standard. It's all you need for a heat press in regards to temperature. So it is very easy and quick to set up. This is the pressure knob. You just turn it to increase your pressure, loosen it to decrease your pressure. It has a digital screen over here to set your temperature and your time. It's digital, it beeps when it's done. Very simple, very easy to use. It is a clamshell, so you just open it and close it that way. And like I said, if you set your pressure up there, it is going to reflect to how firm it presses down onto your materials. It has a 15 by 15 work area, so just a standard area, but I definitely would never go lower than this. So a lot of people ask about all the other presses on Amazon. I cannot say because I haven't had anything else other than this, but I can tell you guys that if you're looking for a press on Amazon, this is the only one I will recommend because it is a workhorse. It's worked for me for a long time, and I haven't had any problems with it, and the area is good enough for doing shirts and all of the other things that you might need to do when you're starting a hobby or a very small business. So that is my opinion on that part of it. It has good reviews overall, so it has 4.7 out of 5 stars out of 7,100 reviews, so very good reviews. Okay, so when it comes to the cons of the press, I could definitely say that I couldn't really think of many cons other than I have only used it mainly for small use. I did not use it as often as I do now. Like, I didn't use it daily before. I did use this one probably a couple times a week, if even that. So it has lasted me that long for small use, but I did, like I said, this past year, I have been making a lot more items using it daily, so I can't really test it to that, so I'm not really sure about that. So I guess that's my only con is that I have not tested it for frequent daily use. So my overall opinion about this machine, you guys, is that this is a great starter press. If you are looking for something for hobby and small business use and you're wanting to stay budget friendly, this is a great option to go with. Like I said, you can get it very fast on Amazon, and it has great reviews, and it has the 15 by 15 work area. It's the clamshell, you have plenty of space, and it's just a good press. So I would definitely recommend this for, like I said, people that are just wanting just something to try out and see if they like it. And yeah, so that's my opinion about the Fancierstudio Power Heat Press. All right, so let's go ahead and start talking about the Starcraft 8-in-1 heat press. So I know this one is very popular. A lot of people love this machine. First of all, it's gorgeous. Look at the beautiful teal blue color that it shines and radiates, and it always just brightens up the room. So it's an eye catcher to people. And another cool thing about it is that it's a swing away, so you're able to just swing all the way back, and you have your work surface, and you're able to kind of have more room to put your clothes on or your items or whatever you're sublimating or heat pressing. So it has a digital temp control just like the other one did. Very easy to set up. It also has Fahrenheit and Celsius. The weight for this machine is 80 pounds, so it's definitely a little bit heavier compared to the 43 pounds that the other press is, but it's pretty industrial. So 80-pound machine. The temperature goes up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Another great pro to this machine is that it comes with 8 different attachments. So you're able to take this top platen off and change it with a lot of different things. Okay, so a great pro to this machine is, like I said, it has 8 different attachments. So we have 4 different mug/cup attachments. You have 2 plates, so that's for just smaller objects or different size things. You have a hat press and a mug press. So it comes with all of these things. So it's really cool, and a lot of people really like that because they don't have to buy a ton of different things. So that is what's cool about this press. I think because it comes with all of the different attachments, it's great for small business use and people that are wanting to try out a bunch of different things. So obviously it's pretty, it has all the attachments. It is swing away. It is just an overall great press. I have honestly loved having this press. This is the one that I use daily, and I have been using it for probably half a year now, and it has done great for me, and it has had no issues. So I really like this press. Okay, so the first con would have to be that it is so hard to find in stock. So I'm hoping that the supply issue definitely settles down soon, but currently it is a little hard to find this bad boy, but I will tell you that my craft source actually has a big shipment of them coming in any day now, so stay tuned for that, and they'll have this in stock. So the price range of this machine is $500 US, so it is a little bit more on the pricier end, but when you think about it this way, it comes with all of those attachments, and like I said, you gotta pay a little bit more when you get more. So it's a cost more, but it's a great press. Another con I would say to the swing away is you need a lot of space. Even with this big table that I have, I still kind of run out of a little bit of space with it because it spins all the way around, and a lot of times I like to keep my mug press there, so I'll have to take that off and push this all the way to the front and then swing it all the way to the back. So I would say that that's a con to me. It's just that you have to have a lot of space for this machine. So, you know, some people like it. Some people don't like the swing away. I'm kind of just like in the middle about it. I don't really have an opinion. It's okay. It's not like the end all be all about it, but it is something I definitely wanted to mention that can be a con to some people. So you just need a lot of space. But overall, I would say if you are going to find a press that has it all, this is a great press to start with. But like I said, with those cons, you might either A, need something quicker, or B, you don't have the space. So those are kind of the 2 cons about this machine, but overall, I really like this heat press. Okay, now let's talk about this bad boy. This is my newest heat press. It is the Heat Press Nation 16 by 24 heat press. It is pretty amazing. It has the digital screen just like the other, and it has this auto open, so when it's done it auto opens, and you have these handy handles, and it really doesn't put any strain on your wrists at all because it has this magnetic thing here, so it just makes it really easy to open and close, and the drawer auto slides out as well, which is really cool. So you're able to kind of have your work area, pull it out, push it back in, close it, and then it just does it for you. You can go walk away and it'll auto open for you. So that is really cool about this press. I've really enjoyed having this. The reason that I got a larger press to begin with is because I needed the larger work area. So talking again about space, these are 15 by 15s. This one has a 16 by 24 work area. You can make larger items with it, larger shirts, you could do blankets, you can do the garden flags, all kinds of things. Or if it's around Christmas and you want to sublimate a bunch of different ornaments, you could fit so many on there. So for business use, commercial use, this is a great, great press. Another great thing about getting a press from Heat Press Nation is you have lifetime technical support. So that is a really cool thing when you have a big investment like this. You have lifetime support. You have someone that has your back. And if you have any issues or questions or help, they'll be there to help you. So that's really cool about this press. It has this very pretty white color, and it's a very attractive press. So overall, I am loving this machine so far. I have no really negative things to say about it, but let's go into what some of the cons might be with a press like this. So the biggest, I guess, con to some people would say is the space you need. Obviously, it is a large press. You need a lot of space for it. So you're going to need the space, and you're going to need something that holds the weight of it. It is very, very, very heavy. It is 130 pounds. I definitely had to have my husband's help getting it up here and getting it on the table. It was it's a beast. So needing the space for it, that's really the main thing. And then the price range. So you might not want to spend or have the money to spend $1,000 on this machine, but I will tell you guys that it is an investment. When it comes to your business, and if you think that you can use it and you need it, then it is all worth it. And you will make your money back, you guys, with sublimation and all things shirts and all the projects that you can make with this. You'll make your profit back way quicker than you think. And then your machine's paid for, and then you don't have anything to ever look back on. Another thing that I wouldn't necessarily say is a con to the machine, but just something that you want to keep in mind, is that the larger presses are going to take a little bit longer to heat up than the smaller presses. So obviously, it's literally, I mean, it's a 16 by 24 instead of a 15 by 15. But once it's heat up, you have it ready and you can do all your projects. Just know that if you turn it off and then go walk away and then you forgot and you have to go do something else, you just kind of have to wait and take the time to heat it up again. So that might be a con to some people, but overall, like I said, this is a great heat press. If you're wanting to expand your business and you want to invest in your business, I would highly recommend getting a larger press. Just gonna be honest with you guys, this thing sold me right here with it having the auto open and the slide out drawer. I prefer the slide out versus the swing away just because it's just easier. It takes up less space. To be honest, this one takes up less space than this one does, even though that one's smaller. So it's just something that you have to just keep in mind and judge for yourself based off of what works for you and your business. All right, let's talk quickly about mug presses and why I got a mug press. I know you might be looking at this one and like, well, you have a mug press attachment for that. And I will tell you, I have been doing a lot with mugs. So daily mug use, and this you have to unplug and then plug your mug press up. And I just knew with the quantity that I was doing that I needed something more. This is actually a mug and tumbler press. You can change out the attachments and it can do 30-ounce tumblers, 20-ounce tumblers, 16-ounce tumblers, mugs. So I needed this. So I figured with the amount that I was doing, it does not hurt to invest in your business, you guys. Like if you're going to use it and you can make money doing it, it does not hurt to get a machine that will help you and save you time. So mug press, it is industrial and great for commercial use. Pressure is very easy to adjust. You just turn the knobs. With mugs, you want a tight tension. So I did it very tight, and you just have to figure out what works. Get one mug, I would suggest, and just practice all over it and just figure out what works. Just make sure to put your butcher paper so you don't ruin your press. It heats up extremely fast. Like I'm talking like within like maybe just a couple minutes. It's very, very fast to heat up. So just make sure you have your mugs ready, because the one thing that you might want to keep in mind when it comes to these is you have to make sure that you have a mug in it once it's heated up, or it can kind of ruin your heating element. So I think that's with all mug presses, but just make sure that you have your mugs ready before you turn it on, because it heats up really fast. And another pro to this machine is that you can do the different sizes. Like I said, it can do all sorts of mugs and tumblers and different things like that. You just have to buy the different attachment. This came in a bundle, and the tumbler one was on pre-order, so it should be on the way, I would say, pretty soon. So that is something really cool about this press, is it can do it all. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about, I wouldn't say the cons of a mug press, or the reasons that it might just be a little bit more difficult. As with anything that you do, there's always going to be some type of con. So I would say that you just have to make sure with mugs that you set your tension correctly, because if you don't, your mugs will not turn out. So that is something important to do. So it's just something that you need to make sure you adjust and play around with and get right before you start making mugs. Like I said, practice is how you get good at these. So tension is a problem that some people have, but if you practice and do good with it, you'll be fine. The next thing is you can't leave it open for too long without a mug inside. Like I told you guys, it's just not good for the heating element. You need a mug inside of the press so it doesn't ruin your heating element. And then another problem that some people have with mug presses is that you need to make sure that your mug is centered in the middle between the press. And if you don't, it can cause one side of your cup to have lighter colors than the other side. So that is something I do. Sometimes when I'm just working really fast, I'll put it too close to one side and the tension will be off. So just make sure you put it right in the middle, and don't put your design too close to the handle, and you'll be good. It's just practice, you guys. So definitely have to say, you guys, I'm absolutely obsessed with my mug press. I love it. I'm so happy that I got it, and that I'm able to do so much more now and do so many tumblers and mugs and cups and different things faster, and it's just more industrial. So Highly recommend getting a mug press single by itself if you're going to do a lot of mugs and a lot of cups and a lot of tumblers. And I do want to say though, it is a little pricey with all of the attachments. So it comes with the mug attachment and the tumbler attachment. I think it's like $479, I want to say. But if you get just the cup attachment, it's a lot cheaper. I think the tumbler attachment adds like $100 onto it. So it's definitely an investment, but like I said, you guys, you can make your profit back super fast. All right, guys, so what do you think? Which machine would you pick for yourself, for your business, for your hobby use? It really just depends where you're at in your journey. I think that if you are wanting something just for personal use, very seldom just use, just only use it a couple times, something that you can put away, I think the Cricut Easy Press is a great option. I think that if you have potential of starting a business or you want to make a lot of items, even just for yourself or your very small business use, I think the Power Heat Press is a great starter option, and I think it's a great press if you want to stay budget friendly. I think that the Starcraft 8-in-1 press is a great press for people wanting to try all the things and be able to have that option and be able to take their business a little bit to the next level. Like I said, I use this one daily. It's a great press. And then I think if you're wanting to really take your business to the next level and you want something that's industrial, something that you can have the surface area for, and just you're wanting to really invest, I think the 16x24 is a great option for you. And I think if you make mugs, mug press is the way to go. That is my opinion on all these presses. The reason I wanted to sit down and do this video is because I've tested all of these presses out, and I thought it would be a good idea to share with you guys just the different types and see what works for you, because you might want to just see it from someone that has tested it out and tried it out and knows what's good, what's not good, what to stay away from. And these presses right here, I highly recommend. So I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.